Hello.
All right, guys.
What's up?
We're back
What's
with
up?
another
What's up?
episode,
We're back
and it's virtual.
again.
We're still not in our usual spot, so
Nope. Nikki C is on work travel. I am on vacation travel on a family trip. So if you see people or kids, that's them. But I came outside to
you
try
ain't
to
gonna
get
see nothing on this side.
I came outside to try to get some like private time. So we'll see. But out here, there's like a nest of bats over next door at this house. So if you see my eyes going up, it's because I'm looking at a bat. So
Which she should be happy about because the bats are eating the mosquitoes.
they do. But mosquitoes love me, so I got me some good old off outside. So let's keep our fingers crossed that I don't get bit the fuck up doing this.
All right, well, let's get started. We're going to do our review of Love and Marriage Huntsville and DC. But before that, we have to drink or introduce our drink.
So subscribers recommended that we try this. So here we are. I believe it was Ruchi that
Ruchi, thanks for recommending it. Thank you,
girl.
Recommend
Thank
something
you.
else too, or whoever else out there. Please recommend something for us so we can switch it up. Huh?
I said because we will get it. We would get it. And
yeah, we gotta switch it up. We gotta try new stuff. So recommend it. Recommend it.
So where's your bottle? Let's see your bottle, Nikki. See, let's see what your bottle hitting on.
Why you gotta look at my bottle? It's right here.
Let's see. Let's make sure you. Oh, that shit's empty.
It's not empty. It got something down there. There's something down there.
She a little litty, y'all. I'm trying to catch up with her.
No. Cheers. I got the solo cup in a hotel.
It tastes like blackberry juice with some fizz.
It has a fizz to it. So it's almost like an Izzy, right? You've had Izzy's before, right?
Oh, yeah, that juice that come in a can.
Why you gotta say it like that?
Because I don't like it.
Okay. Well, either way, it tastes like a juice with fizz, similar to the regular Stella Rosa, which we tried last time. We tried the Stella Rosa and the Imperial Stella and compared the two. And so this one, it tastes similar, but it has like a different fruit flavor than the others. So it's a different fruit. It might not be the regular grape. Maybe it's something else. I don't know. I didn't even look at the bottle. But it has like a different, no, it says grapes. So I guess it's just a different type of grape. Oh, but it is blackberry, blueberry, and raspberry mix.
Oh, see? And I didn't even read it. But I can taste the blackberry. The blackberry is
blackberry, blueberry, and raspberry included in here.
This shit says semi-sweet, but it's sweet.
But I like it. Especially when
you
it's
like
really,
stuff.
really cold.
You like sweet liquor.
I don't like dry. Because I don't really drink that much anyway. So I want it to kind of taste good.
See, I feel, drier wine has more alcohol content. So, you get drunk faster. I mean, we're not supposed to be drunkards though, guys. I mean, but you get tipsy faster. Or litty like Nikki C over here.
So this I do like because it's a good flavor. It is probably a little bit dangerous because it does not taste like alcohol at all. So you could drink it pretty quickly, not knowing that it's alcohol. It has no real alcohol flavor, which for some people is good. Like me, I like it because I'm not really an alcohol person. So I like that. I like it. The Imperial one was our favorite before, right?
It's delicious.
But I think that we would.
It's still sweet though. That one's sweet.
Yeah. But we would start, drinking this one as well,
Yeah, no, this is that I will definitely get this again.
Get-togethers.
Yeah, I would get this again because a lot of people would like this. I would drink it. I just wouldn't drink it to be like, oh, I had a hard day. Let me get a drink. This isn't what I would go to. I wouldn't drink that for that.
Okay.
Like, whatever, bitch.
All right. Well, moving
Let's
on.
Let's get into it. So, love and marriage, what you want to do first? Huntsville or DC?
Let's just go into Huntsville since it comes on first, okay?
Okay.
And then on. Okay. So hopefully all y'all know about Huntsville. I mean, everybody should know about Huntsville as of now. But for this episode, this was the finishing of the little truck food tasting, right?
Yes, of her family event where her family was going.
Letitia's family event. Yeah.
And Marceau did not handle himself like a champ. He actually handled himself like a guilty party.
Yeah, he's very guilty. And what happened in this episode is her cousin's Kiki, right? Her cousin Kiki came to the event a little bit later than everybody else with her husband. And when she sat down, she was kind of questioning why Letitia didn't call her back or answer her phone. Yeah.
Well, she know why.
Letitia at first was, faking though. She was like, "Oh, you called me? Oh, I didn't know. I didn't have no missed call." And then afterwards, she turned around and said, "Well, I don't like you anyway. I ain't talking to you. So why should I be answering?" I'm like, why didn't you just say that off the jump, right? Why you gotta be fake about it? But then they got
she was fake when she walked in. Hi, you look good. Remember she said all that? That was all fake.
Yeah, but that's why I said, to me, a lot of this is starting to get fake with Huntsville, where at first, if it was fake, I didn't really notice it as much, where now with Letitia's side, I'm really noticing a lot of things that are kind of like purposefully done and not organic.
No, but I don't think Marceau was down for it. Like, it's either he's not a part of the plan or he doesn't like the plan because he was cursing.
He doesn't want his business out there. Yeah. And so basically what Kiki did is she said, okay, well, since you put my business out there, why don't I put yours out there? And so Marcel was ready to do a Teresa Giudice, who is a female, and flip a table. That's basically what he did.
He was like, do it. I'm going to put all your shit out there.
Yeah, but it's like, if you're not guilty, why would you do that? Why would you go? I would be like, okay, go ahead. What you got? So
this is what I want to know. And this is what I want to know. I really hope that one of the viewers out there, because the internet is undefeated. So I'm sure somebody out there can find this out. What the fuck did they say about Letitia's cousin Kiki that she's so upset about 5 years later?
Oh, you already know, or I already know. They already talked about it.
What?
So Kiki used to be on drugs heavy. And apparently she was like to the point where like she was probably stealing stuff and like that to get her drugs. And what happened is
she hit rock bottom.
Melanie was having a party. I don't know if it was a Christmas party or something. Melanie was having some kind of party and she invited Kiki. And Letitia was like, well, let me warn you, Kiki's going through some things,
Was she going through some things or was she in recovery at that point?
I don't know if she was in recovery or not, but she was
like, is she going through some things? What kind of drugs? What was her drug of choice?
I don't know if they actually specified, but whatever it was, it sounded heavy. Right. And to the point where you're like stealing to get your next fix.
So let's say it's crack, right? Because crack is like, I don't know what happens down in Huntsville, actually. I don't know what they're.
Well, remember, supposedly they're from the other side of the track. So I don't know. I mean,
so what would that be, meth? That would be like meth, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because I don't know.
Just telling you what Marcel said. But anyway, so Letitia called herself warning Melanie and Martell at the time.
Somebody active in their addiction does not want to go to a party unless it's a party with that drug. They don't want to go.
Well, either way, Letitia was warning them because she was like, you're about to have this person in your house and she's known to be on drugs and possibly steal.
Oh, shit.
And
that's why Marceau said that everybody already knew because they saw.
Correct.
They saw her out on the street.
They saw her on the street. Yes.
Got it.
But the thing was, people might have saw her out on the street in Huntsville, but the world didn't know, right?
And that's what she said. She was like, people may have thought they knew, but they didn't know until you confirmed.
Correct.
Got it.
Excuse me. So she confirmed. She had told Melanie. Melanie, I guess, had went back and told Kiki, or somehow it got back to Kiki that Melanie knew the information from Letitia. And so Kiki was hurt because she felt like, she was trying to change and Letitia shouldn't have been spreading her business.
You do know that part of recovery is being honest about your recovery and where you are in your recovery. So on TV or not, you're supposed to own that shit. That's part of recovery. It's to hold yourself accountable.
I think her issue is that Letitia was the one who shared the information. And Letitia was her cousin. Excuse me. A wine went down the wrong pipe. But
nevertheless, they talked
Letitia
about
is her cousin.
Right, but nevertheless, they talked about it. She apologized. Sorry, guys. She forgave her. But here we are 5 years later.
So this is the issue, though. No, this is the issue. When it first happened and Kiki heard about it, she might have apologized or whatever, right? But think about it. It had not aired as of yet because Kiki wasn't even really on the show yet. So you're saying
she's reliving it all over again?
Because it just aired, I think, last season. Was it last season when Kiki started being on the show?
Yeah, last season.
So even though it happened 5 years ago, it just aired to the world. So that's why it's coming up again as an issue, because it just aired to everybody. Mm-hmm. And at this point, she's not even going through that anymore, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm not saying that she's right or wrong for still being upset about it. I don't know. I mean, I'm not in a situation, but I'm just saying that's the backstory. Okay. And so because of that, she then is now spilling some tea about Marcel, and Marcel don't like it. So he ready to flip tables and, beat up the uncles and everybody else because his business is about to be out there. But really, if you're not guilty.
He told one of her uncles, nigga, shut the fuck up. You get on my fucking nerves.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, shit. My husband
is not allowed. If you're not guilty.
My husband's not allowed to talk to nobody in my family like that.
Who does that if you're not guilty, though? Why are you so angry?
Guilty or not, you're not allowed to talk to my family like that.
Well, I understand, but I'm just saying, where does that passion, that anger come from if you're not guilty?
He's definitely, he's guilty. There's like no argument there. He's guilty. He's
and so the bad thing is, then Letitia starts crying because she's upset that her cousin is like trying to ruin her. That's what you're crying about?
Right. You're not crying that your families are at odds. That's what I would.
You're not crying about the fact that your husband was really cheating and you trying to.
Well, if she truly doesn't believe it, she wouldn't be crying.
She believes it. She knows it. She knows it's true.
Well, every woman knows from their instincts, but if she's in denial.
She's like the one on DC. As long as she don't see it, it didn't happen. That's what she like. As long as she don't see it, it didn't happen.
Okay, right? All right, I'll take that. That's how she want to roll.
That's how it has to be. Because everybody's telling her what's going on.
So I guess the back wasn't seeing it enough. It got to be the face.
No, because that wasn't his face. So she's like, as long as I didn't see it.
Let me ask you something. If somebody showed you a picture of your husband's back, would you know it?
Yeah.
I feel like I would know his back too. Like I would know my husband's back.
Yeah. I feel like I would know it from his body stature. I would know it from his dress.
Yeah, like the shape. Yeah, I would know the shape. I would know the color. I would know any marks, that are like permanent or like, like there's,
the swag or,
Yeah. But it's a picture.
So, no, but I'm saying the way their stance is, Well,
he was supposed to be laying down in the bed.
Oh, is that what he was doing? I thought he was up.
No, he was. It was supposed to be like imagine you being the big spoon.
So this is like Potomac. So this is like Potomac and him being
with the underwear. MGM. Yeah, with him standing up with the underwear. His underwear on.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know it was like that. Oh, okay. That's why I was thinking he had clothes on. I was like, yeah, I would know him. But even more if he didn't have clothes on, I would definitely know. Okay. There's no question.
I was about to say, I know my husband's back. Well, yeah. Anyway.
So
So that's Tisha. He cursed her family out, and
then they went on a trip to Atlanta.
they're on their way to Atlanta, and I can't wait till next week to see what they did. Before we go on to DC, I have to say I love the way Melody handled her lunch with Kimmy. When Kimmy was like, "Oh, I thought that that she was hopeful because Melody tried to console and like mediate the thing with Destiny, right?" And I liked how she explained, like, no, it's a characteristic of mine to just generally care about human beings, right?
Regardless if we're friends or not.
Yeah, regardless of any of that, like, I just want peace, and I'm just trying to do my best to create that, regardless of whether we're friends or not.
Correct.
I feel like we're getting Melody back. Like, that's the Melody that I love. That's the Melody that, that I grew to like, and I feel like that was a glimpse of her coming back.
Yeah. And so my thing is with Destiny, I felt like her storyline now is all about her and Melanie having a disagreement, right? Without that storyline, she has no reason to be on the show anymore.
Who, Destiny?
Correct.
You're right.
So she's probably going to keep that going because she has no other reason to be on the show.
Well, I mean, I feel like this was Kimmy's last try.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I do think it's over.
Kimmy got away. She ain't doing nothing wrong. I just like the Melody handle.
Kimmy. Yeah. Kimmy's a true one.
I like her. Yeah. I like her a lot. She's my fave on that show. So, all right.
Moving on to DC.
Love and Marriage DC. That shit. So, okay, let's say this.
What was you about to say? What was you about to say first? What was you about to say?
It still ain't hooked me yet.
Still. Okay. I thought she got a little bit hooked by the one episode, but it dropped it off again.
Yeah, like it still hasn't hooked me yet. I mean, I just feel like, I don't want to say that. That's not nice. Just feel like the wives are too
surface. They're too surface.
Yeah, like I feel like they're too scared to say what they really feel, what they really think, what's really happening.
What's really going on.
Yeah, and that's why I can't get hooked in it. Like, that's why
because it's not organic, it's not true.
It's not.
Yeah, it's a little bit more surface.
The thing with Winter is like stupid and some bullshit. Like, the thing with Winter is stupid and bullshit. Like, what is that? Like, what is that even? I rewinded it to even see, like, I didn't.
So what do you mean? You mean from her perspective?
Well, like the whole thing, I mean, because that's supposed to be a big piece of the drama is the thing with Winter and what's the girl, like Ashley, their conflict, and now they're trying to rope in the other girl.
Arena.
They're trying to rope her in, and I just feel like it's just kind of stupid. It's not like really gonna go you know what I mean? Like, go anywhere. It's like,
Well, I mean, so this was my thing on this show. Number one, kind of disappointed that what's her name was back. Why can't I think of her name right now?
Monique,
yeah.
Monique coming in starting shit. Coming in hot, starting shit.
Yeah, kind of disappointed she was bad because the little thing between her and her husband was like, really?
Dumb.
It was just, so you've been with the man for how many years and you're saying now he doesn't open up to you or whatever. I mean, it was just stupid, whatever. Then when she walked into the lunch was it the lunch or was it the selfie event? It must have been the selfie event. When she walked in, and you know how they're doing like that cameo of them walking into the event?
Girl, she was on a fucking runway.
But it was so fake.
It was. It looked like
it looked like they were like natural walk.
Yeah.
It was like forced, and then it was kind of like, but she's not really a model, so it didn't even really look good. It was just so fake, and I'm like, just be real. That's all I want her to do. It's just because I know it's in her, but I think because lights, camera, action, she just can't be real when this lights, camera, action. And that's what's hurting her on this show. And probably, like you said, that's what's hurting a lot of them, is because like I think what I said,
I think Ashley is the realest.
Yeah, but like what I said, DMV is like the smallest, biggest city, right? Or biggest, because it's small, but yet it's so big that, still it's so many different places and this and that.
No, fuck that. It's small. It's small. It's small. It's small. The people on that show, my people know their people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows everybody.
What I mean by that
your people, some of your people know some of them people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so small.
It is small, but what I mean by that is that they're so scared to open up and be real and share what's truly going on.
They are.
Because of it being the DMV,
Oh, what? You're on fucking TV.
But that's their choice, right? They chose to do it, but yet they're trying to do it inorganically by being fake and by not sharing the truth about what, and this is the thing, Ashley Darby from Potomac, Giselle Bryant, all of them, they had all this stuff going on, but it was at least real about it. Once they found out, okay, those receipts are real, they went off on whoever, right? These chicks trying to act like, well, because I ain't see it, it ain't real. When you know it's real, what you gonna talk about? Oh, he fell asleep at a stoplight. What? I didn't even get that. What are you talking about? He fell asleep. So did you call the ambulance? What do you mean he's asleep at the stoplight? That doesn't make any sense. And he didn't come home? Does that make sense? I didn't even get that story. I didn't understand the story.
So did you sleep at the stoplight for 4 hours?
That's what I'm saying. Because I'm like, so you were asleep at the stoplight. Nobody took you to the hospital. Nobody called 911 because this man is in the car, slumped over, and the car's on. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Right? And then she got mad because her business was told after she done told it. It doesn't
make any sense. None of it. I mean, like I said, it's such BS. The only thing on it, I'm gonna tell you this shit, it bothers me. How is it that your son, how old is he? How old is the guy that just got accepted into doors?
I think it's like 20 or 21, something like that.
So he's like 21 years old. You ain't never been to one of these events that he plays in every year? What the fuck does that say? Let's talk about
because they're on TV now.
See, now that's
on TV now.
What?
Because they're on TV now. That's why they're going.
But see, now to me, that's the below the surface type shit. For him to say, like when he said, they ain't never been in none of my games. Oh, okay,
she
so now you're on TV.
She said this is their first time doing it. She said it.
That's insane to me.
She said this is their first time even having the blindfold.
Nikki C, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
When my child was a baby, I was about to say,
let me ask you a question, Nikki C. How many games have you missed of your 2 boys? How many?
Well, that's why when you asked me, so A. Marie asked me a question earlier. She said, are you enjoying your time away? Because, in a way you should be, because you're relaxing. You don't have I'm still working, right? But I don't have the everyday stuff going on because I don't have my kids here, right? So to some extent, I get to sleep a little bit better and relax a little better. But what I said, I don't know if you heard me because the internet connection was that. I was like, well, no, not really. Because I am missing out. This is like the first time, because even in my previous work trips, I always try to plan it around a slow time for the boys, right? But this one, I couldn't do that because
it was so last minute.
It wasn't all last minute because, my oldest had an event that popped up at the last minute. And that is when my original travel date was planned. And that event is extremely important. So I was like, okay, well, I have to choose.
Oh, you had to choose.
So I had to choose.
Okay, gotcha.
So I had to switch
to the special fancy program, guys.
Yes.
Doing amazing.
So I had to switch my original date to travel to make sure that I was available for that one. And that's why I'm traveling now, which caused me to miss, I think, 3 games, which I haven't before.
You say 3?
Yes.
3. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
And I haven't before.
That's what I'm talking about. Right. Exactly.
And I'm telling you, it is rough making those games. Because number one, I have 2. And they're not the same age. So it's like you're running from one place to another. And they play sports year round outside of COVID.
They do.
When COVID was here, we didn't play nothing. We didn't play nothing when COVID was here.
Yes. Like I have not missed any of my son's games. I have not ever. And you know, my daughter, she's just getting old enough to like do stuff. So I'm not gonna miss her shit either. Like what the fuck? I'm gonna do my best to make as much as I can. I'm not gonna be able to make everything.
Yeah. And it's almost impossible, you know, because especially when you're a working mother, it's almost impossible. And that's one of the reasons why I'm looking forward to retirement.
But 0, see, that's what I'm talking about. But 0, they've never made 1. They've never been to 1. How is that fucking possible? I just don't understand.
But did you hear the other thing that the father said? And this, I think he said it last week, but they replayed it this week. He said, I want my son to be better than me. I want him to be on TV and people saying, oh, that's his son, or be on the radio and them saying, oh, that's his son. So he has to be famous in order for him to make it?
Right.
I mean, he's talking about he want to do IT and work for Apple.
That's his father's definition of making it. Right. Like that's his father's definition of making it.
That is awful. I mean,
right. So if
he wants to work in IT and work for Apple, he could make a killing doing that.
Is right. That is a fucking great goal.
On the radio.
Right. To work for Apple is a great career goal. Like what the fuck? Like what? I mean, really?
So, I don't know.
Shooting that down. That is an awesome.
So this is the thing. They're so particular about what they say when it comes to their relationships as a couple, and they're not seeing that,
what they say about
being so surface with each other, that the other stuff is still showing.
Their parenting is showing. Their parenting is showing. Like her, she's the caretaker and takes care of everything. But I'm a little confused at how she ain't never been to the games.
Well, so this is the thing. You know how I am. I hate to talk about people's parenting because
I'm asking questions.
I know how hard it is.
I'm asking questions. We both know. I want to know where you been.
I understand. I just want to, you know, people got their own thing.
I'm not saying that you don't have a good reason, right? I'm just asking how is
what
it
was
possible?
The reason?
I want to know how the fuck it's possible.
You want to know what the reason was.
That you didn't make 1. Like I don't understand that. Like
I mean, like I said, even outside of the daggone game, the fact that this is the first time that you're putting on a blindfold to get the experience of how he has to deal with life on a day-to-day basis.
What kind of support is that?
When I find out I was pregnant, if I know my child is going to be, you know, having, you know, vision issues in the womb, I would probably be doing it to test it out. When they're a baby, I would probably be doing it to test it out so I can, you know, just like, what is it?
Oh, you saying that was the first time she ever tried to empathize with him by putting on blindfolds? Like, yo.
Well, that's what she said.
My fucking ass would have probably became an expert in that shit. I would be doing so much reading, so much practicing.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, it's just,
I would have been like Ray Charles' mother and putting stuff around the house to make sure that they learn how to, you know, and I don't know, maybe she did that. I don't know. But it was the way that she explained when she was talking about going to this game.
Right. Like this was her first time experiencing that.
She said, and that's what she said. She said this was her first time being in his shoes. And so that's why I came to that conclusion. But I don't know.
Even I feel like an occupational therapist would have recommended her do that when he was little, like growing up.
I mean, yeah, because just like if your child's deaf, don't you learn how to do sign language? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. All I know is I just got a lot of questions like, where the fuck y'all been for 20 years?
Well, either way, let me say this. They must have did something good because he is an excellent gentleman from what I see. His name is Jason, and he's amazing.
He is amazing.
You know, his grandmother came in and was like, "Can you program my watch or do something? Because I don't know how to do it." And
the
girl,
way he was
did
about
that
shit.
Yes.
Like
so
God damn.
Apple or whoever, Google, whoever, if somebody is listening, please offer that man a
Reach
job.
out to him. Let me tell you something. You should have saw me trying to get on here, right? Like getting,
Yes.
doing that. And what the fuck? When he was like, do, do, do. I was like, oh yeah, he needs to work for Apple. Like that is, I see it. Like I get it. It's so wow. So that, I mean, to me, like that, yeah, that was the most interesting part was how learning that part.
Yeah. The other stuff about the selfie party and all of that chaos that Monique brought about, and then she was upset that she
don't care about none of that shit. That was all bullshit.
Child, she thought she was about to get hit, first of all. But yet, when she was on Potomac, she was all big and bad. But now that she messing with some girls from Baltimore, now she a little scared. Oh, okay.
You think she's scared?
You see her eyes, and she was nervous being between them. And when Ashley got up, she was nervous.
I don't know if that was acting though, because remember she was acting walking in.
Yeah, wow.
She just might be overdoing it.
Maybe so. But either way, yeah.
Ashley, and she's trying to be a different person because she didn't like being painted as a bully on Housewives of Potomac. And I think that she's trying to rewrite that story and rewrite that brand, because I don't know how you can be a bully on one hand and then have a mommy like boot camp encouragement on the other hand. You know what I'm saying? Those brands are very conflicting. So she got to try to rewrite that brand. So
she needs to rewrite as her being a real true person.
She can't get in no more shit like that.
That's what she needs to rewrite. Well, at least be true and not fake.
Well, I mean, I do think what she did to Candace was fucking wrong. We're talking about Housewives of Potomac. I do think what she did to Candace was wrong. I don't like that she made a song about that shit. Like, that's not cool. That's not God.
I didn't even listen to the song. I don't know.
I mean, I heard clips of the song because the fucking internet is undefeated, and it was like memes all over the place about that shit that you couldn't escape. But it's like,
well, Candace doing her thing. She in movies, television shows. She doing her thing.
Oh yeah, she is. Candace is doing her thing. She is. I'm happy for her. Although
so what's the deal?
We ain't gonna talk about.
What did you say? Although she's what?
A shit started too, but you know me.
Oh well, yeah, she is. But you know,
they all are. That's their job.
That's what they have to be. You know,
that's their job.
Everybody's learning from Kenya. You know, but.
All right, y'all. Well, that's it. That's it for today.
Well, wait a minute. But so what is the deal? Are we going to continue with this DC or what?
No, I mean, I think, Huntsville is really taking off. So, we're still going to talk about Huntsville. We'll mention DC. If anything exciting happens, I mean, because you're right, Nikki. See, I don't want to sit here and feel like, I don't want people to think that I'm bashing someone else's parenting, but I do have questions. I just don't understand.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, because I feel like it's so fake that I feel like I'm going to come off as a hater or whatever, but it's hard for me to watch. That's the thing. And I don't know if nobody else sees it, but it's hard for me to, I mean, and this is the thing, audience, our subscribers, our women who are running it, y'all know, when we get time to watch Ratchet TV, we watch Ratchet TV because we wanted to see the entertainment, we want to see the fashion and all that other stuff, but
where they go and like say, we need to go there,
Yeah, like especially when it's in our area, we're like, we're gonna go to that restaurant, we're gonna hit that one up. But when you're fake, and it just makes it hard to watch it. There's a difference. Like Potomac, they wild out a couple times here and there, but we kept watching. They kept us, they kept us in. They wasn't being fake. They were sharing.
DC hasn't even gotten me in there yet.
Yeah. And so we had an opportunity to look past all the other stuff and be like, that's where y'all went to spa day? We going there. Now, I don't even know what they did the selfie party at or whatever else.
I do know where they did that at.
Oh, okay.
My sister was there.
Like, I mean, it's hard.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I'm over it. So we're going to do Huntsville, and we're going to talk about DC. If there's anything
we might have to throw some Real Wives of Atlanta in there too.
Well, because we watch it. It might just be like Ratchet TV review. What y'all think? Because we could jump around and talk about all this shit. Basketball wives, talk about that, like Malaysia.
Did you see it, girl?
I did not see Which one? Which one was the most recent one? Was it? Was it when she went on a date?
She went on a date and he tried to kiss her. I think that was the most recent one. Where Jennifer went on a date.
Damn, I ain't see that one. I ain't see that one yet.
Okay, but you saw the one where Malaysia was spilling the tea, though, right?
Was what?
Where you saw the one where Malaysia was spilling the tea about what's her name? What's the chicken name that got into it with Malaysia because they used to be best friends?
Her old best friend. Oh yeah, about her getting fired and her being mad that she.
Yes, and that's the real reason why she got issues because of that.
Yeah, like you fucked yourself up. Well, this is the thing. I just can't get past the whole ignoring that her father died. You had a relationship with her father. And even, let me tell you something, even people that I don't even have a relationship with their father, but I had a relationship with them, I would still like send a card, a text.
Oh, this is the thing.
Like even if I'm beefing with you, but I still know you. I'm gonna, there's no, I can't just ignore it.
I don't know, but Malaysia said she was not aware that it happened.
I don't believe that. I'm sorry. Okay. I don't believe that because as close as they were, their families were enmeshed. That's why she was like, she had a whole full-blown relationship with her father. That's insane. No, that's not okay. Nope. Okay. That's a hard no for me. A hard no.
I mean, the way that they said it, they hadn't talked in a year or so, or more than a year. I think it was like 3 years, right? So 3 years is a long time for you to get unenmeshed and be kind of out of the loop if you haven't talked for that long.
You know what? My best friend from high school that I haven't spoken to in years, if I found out either one of her parents passed, I'm reaching the fuck out. Because
if you found out, yes, correct. But my point is, if you found out,
y'all don't even know how old I am, but I'm fucking old.
But what I'm saying is, if you found out, if you didn't know about it,
there's no way I wouldn't find out. I feel like, and okay, I'll give you this. Let's say she just found out. My reaction would not be her reaction.
So that's different.
Oh,
that's different.
What are you saying to me? Your father died. What happened? I'm so sorry. Mm-hmm. Like, oh shit. Like I would be taken back.
I would take that over the first. Yeah, I would take that over the first.
She was like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Like, not like, oh my God, like fuck all that. Your dad died. Like, it was none of that. None of that. So so let's say I didn't hear, and then I did hear, I would be like, oh shit.
I agree with that part. Now the first part I'm not sure about because like I said, I have to give her the benefit of the doubt. She said she didn't,
but she acted unbothered. Yeah. She didn't give a fuck.
So, but we shall see. We have a lot of shows that we could talk about that apparently are a little more interesting.
Let us know if you want us to talk about those too, because we can. Because girl,
we watch them. We watch all of them, okay? And it's crazy because as busy as we are, we still find time to watch them. But you know why? Because we multitask.
I got a DVR.
Yeah.
That's how I do it. If I don't have a DVR, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Mm-hmm. And then we catch up days after. So we don't always get to watch it when it comes on, but we catch up. Get enough time for us to talk about it with you all. So keep running it, ladies.
Keep running it. Go back to running it. I'm going to check on these kids and husbands and stuff and see what the fuck is happening in here.
All right.
Peace out, guys.